Alright, so let's talk about how we can set up Babel with Node so that we can take advantage of ES6 features. Features like ES6 named imports and object rest spread. So to get started, I'm going to run in a new empty directory npm init-y. This is going to set up our package.json file. Once that's up, we can go ahead and install some dependencies. So I'm going to go npm install -d Babel CLI Babel preset env. Then I'm going to hit enter. So this is going to install a couple dependencies that help us run Babel within our project directory. Babel CLI gives us access to a command called Babel node. So over here, I'm going to replace the test script with babel-node, then index.js. Usually we just want to run our server with node index.js, but to really take advantage of those Babel ES6 features, we run babel node index.js. So we're not quite out of the woods yet. Let's actually create that index.js file. Then at the top, I'm going to write import add from /add. All add is in this case is going to be a file that exports one function. Export const add equals num1, num2, and then returns the sum of the two. So over here I can run console.log add 1, 2. That should log out 3. Now let's see if that works. npm start. npm start runs Babel node. Oh no, unexpected token. Alright, so this is one other step. We have to add a file called .babelrc into our working directory. This is the file that Babel looks at to see what sort of presets and plugins it needs to configure. So I'm going to give it presets, and in the array, just give it the env. So this is the other dependency that we installed, the Babel preset env. Now this should allow us to run our code. So we see that the answer is 3. Very good. Let's see if we can do something called object rest spread. So let's say I have a person object, and this person's name is Kevin, and their age is 31, and their email is kevin@gmail.com, something like that. But let's say that we also want to give them an address. The address would be something like street 321, Bryant Street maybe. And then this is in the city of Mountain View in the state of California. Maybe this is a real location, I don't know. So what I want to do is I want to actually attach this address to this person, not as a different field, but just on the same level. Now don't ask me about the practicality of this use case, but we can say person with address, and what I want to do is I want to go person ... address, and this should take all the fields on the object, so name, age, and email, street, city, and state, and put them onto the same object. Let's see if this works. Now if ES6 is configured just right, or if Babel is configured just right, we should be able to console log the composition of these two objects. Oh, not quite. This is because we're actually going to need to get one more dependency. It's called the transform object rest spread. So I'm going to run another install, and we're going to grab Babel plugin transform object rest spread. Let me just expand that a little bit so you can see it. Did I spell that right? Yeah. And then back in the Babel RC, I'm going to add a plugin, and it's going to be called transform object rest spread. Basically all the same words, just without the Babel dash plugin. So save that, and then back in our terminal, I'm going to run npm start, and there we go. We got 3 as we did before, and then we have an object with the concatenation of the 2 objects, person and address. Alright, that's how you set up Babel to run with a Node server. You can use this in your own project, so you can use imports and the fancy transform object rest spread rather than vanilla JavaScript. So happy coding.